Hello students, I apologize for not being here today, but I have better things to do than hang out with you guys in math class today. However, this is really important and you guys will probably screw this up, so I'm going to make you a YouTube video with the help of some of my fellow French classmates, French students, and hopefully we'll be able to set up this project, and then when I come back on Monday, you will have a finished product, you'll all get 100% on it, and there'll be much rejoicing, okay? So, to start off, all of y'all should have this, okay? So, Mr. Substitute Teacher, he'll be over there somewhere, he's going to pass this out to you to make sure that you have it, okay? So now I'm playing the role of Mr. Substitute, watch. See? Okay?
Wow, thank you. I'm Kristen. I'm an overachiever. Same, except I'm faded.
Thank you, Mr. Balleroon.
Thanks, homie. I don't know what I'm doing.
Thanks, bro.
Where's...
I need another copy. There we go. All right. So, the only responsibility that you guys have today is to set up the project. So all you're doing is getting a piece of paper, folding it, and drawing an XY axis on it, okay? So today you will learn how to set up your project, okay? So this right here, this is your sheet. Go ahead and zoom in on it, please, so we can see what our directions are. So this is how to create your art page. Okay, so you're going to create a Cartesian plane, which is an XY axis. So your x-axis goes left to right, your y-axis goes up and down. What's that little thing in the middle called, class?
The origin.
The origin, okay? And what do you label the origin as? 0, 0. Okay, very good. So now we're going to work on how to fold our paper so we do this correctly. So if you look at number 1, okay, everybody grab your sheet of construction paper that you will use. Students, go ahead and hold it up. Lovely. Okay, so step 1. Make the first fold similar to the diagram below so the corners do not align. It's okay if the corner is off the paper. It doesn't have to match part A and B of the diagram, but part 2 should be followed precisely to ensure a 90-degree angle is made. Okay, good job. Take a look at Kate's. Okay. No! Do not fold it corner to corner. Okay, let's take a look over here. All right, well done.
On my square.
Okay, that is also wrong, and nice. Okay, let's move on to step 2. Very important. Without unfolding, make a fold that will form a 90-degree angle with your first fold. Okay, watch. Notice how the old edge that you folded now lines up with the new edge. That is wrong. Let me help you. Notice when you look on here, see how this does not form a 90-degree angle. That will effectively screw up your entire project. Okay? This is trash.
What an idiot.
It's okay. There. Okay, so now we will try. Let's go ahead and take a look back here. And it looks like Jack has made the letter A.
Made it pretty for you.
Thank you. Okay, and Alina, good. Everybody that did this correctly, please hold up your paper so you can see what it looks like when it is not unfolded. Okay? Notice how these 4 students right here, they had all done it correctly, but their papers look different. That's okay. Okay, go ahead and unfold your paper. And the dotted lines in part E should be how your folds look on your paper. Okay, next step. Okay, if you go ahead and turn your papers over, you will see direction number 3. Okay, so for number 3, using a meter stick, okay, using a meter stick, trace the X and Y axis with a pencil.
Where's pencil? Marker. Pencil? Pencil? I got you. Happens you need to pull the class prepared. Using a marker. Okay. Dotted line or straight line? Straight line. Ooh. 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 Good job, Abby. Trees do not make effective straight edges.
Way to be resourceful, Abby.
Thanks.
Way to use your walking stick.
Creasing.
Your elbow.
All right, good. I think we're almost finished. Okay, once you are done with that, move on to step 4. Label the origin of the graph with a big fat dot. All right, before we move on to the next part of part 4, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the different products we have. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, would you go ahead and label the X and Y axis for me, Kristen? Good. Okay, so you can see on here, both of these lines are straight. The dot is right in the middle, 90-degree angle. There's X going left to right. There's Y up and down. Let's take a look at Kate's. Okay, good. Same. Okay, now let's take a look at Kelsey's. So what was the first challenge you had, Kelsey, with trying to draw your lines?
I didn't have a meter stick, so I just used my hand.
Okay, good. And we can see how that transitioned into the outline of your hand as well. Okay, this won't work because you can't tell where your X and Y axis is. Also, notice how none of these lines are straight. Okay, your hand does not act. Right, your hand does not act as a straight edge. So if your hand doesn't work as a straight edge, you will not be able to just trace the line by yourself without using a meter stick or a ruler. Okay, so let's go on and move on to our next student. All right, so Abby, it looks like we had some trouble drawing straight lines as well. What happened?
I mean, I take my meter stick or my walking stick everywhere with me, but it didn't seem to help me out this time.
Okay, got it. Good use of resources. Let's go back here and check out what Zach did.
This is triangle. You got.
Okay, go ahead and please explain what we have here, Jack.
He's got 3 sides. I say Y.
Okay, very good. All right. So good job labeling the y-axis, but it should just be the letter Y. So if you notice on here, see how you have that extra fold on there? That kind of messes up the paper. It's not going to be exactly accurate. And then let's go ahead and take a look at Alina's. Okay, Alina, what happened when you tried to draw your straight lines?
Well, I was holding it up in the air.
Okay, instead of putting it on a flat surface?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So that won't work either. So when you do this, let's go back over to Kristen and Kate's paper. Take 2. Okay, so when Kristen used her ruler, notice how it just barely went to the edge of the paper. You guys will be using papers that are bigger than that. like so. So if you put a ruler on top of it, notice how it doesn't go all the way over. So when you're trying to connect the lines on there, it's going to throw off your entire graph. That's why you need to use a meter stick, because that'll guarantee that you can cover the entire thing. Okay, go ahead and take a look at Kate's. Okay, notice how the lines are perfectly straight. Okay, good job. Okay, next part. Let's finish off part 4, which is, where were we? Okay, so now, starting from the origin, those of you that have meter sticks or rulers, I need you to measure out your tick marks so they're exactly 2 centimeters apart. Okay, and go ahead and count them all up. The rest of you guys that don't really have one, just kind of estimate. Good try. Okay, once you have your tick marks on there, please label them in numerical order. Okay, so who's already completed theirs? Okay, so let's take a look at those. Abby, will you hold yours up? Okay, so it looks like Abby seemed to have tagged her project. So we've got...
Well, you said write your name on it.
Right, good. All right, good, yep. So on there, notice that you can't tell where any of the numbers are, anything like that. Neatness is a part of your grade, so make sure that everything is evenly placed and it's easily visible. Let's take a look at Kelsey's. So Kelsey, okay, I think it's quite clear what some of the issues are here. Notice that she decided to use letters instead of numbers.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you.
Okay, got it. So again, we will have to throw that one out and start over again. Let's take a look at Alina's. Okay, notice on Alina's, on her W axis, she counts down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These should all be negative numbers. Going to the left, notice how the 0 is not directly on the origin, okay? And let's take a look at Jack's. Okay, so Jack started counting 0 on the left edge and just went right through the origin, okay? So he has no negative values on his, and he also has the number 7 written for every single tick mark for the Y axis. Okay, that is also incorrect. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the ones that are correctly done. Okay, Kate and Kristen's, go ahead and take a look. Zoom in on those. Take a second. Soak it in. That's what all of yours should look like when you are finished with it. Okay, and then last part on here, number 5, write your first and last name and hour on the back of the paper in pencil, please. If you use marker, it will most likely bleed through and ruin your graph. Okay, students that did this incorrectly, please hold up your wonderful pieces of art. Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating, but all of those need to be crumbled up, thrown in the garbage, and you will have to start all over from the beginning. Kate and Kristen, please show what yours look like. Very nice. And now we can move on and finish our project, all get A's and be happy. Thank you for tuning in to this beautiful piece of art. We spent a lot of time on this piece of cinematography, and I hope you enjoy your Friday. Bye.